All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Live Pod with Jeremy. This is your #1 show that brings you quality conversations about leadership, governance, and life. And this is the Live Pod with Jeremy. And today, we have an amazing guest in our show today, and we are going to have a good conversation with him. And it's a guy you know. And when you hear his name, you know there is something that is cooking. Our guest today is none other than Honorable Moses Saoyo Kusero from Kajiado West.
Thank you, sir.
Mheshimiwa, karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Yes.
Very, very well.
You well?
I'm very well.
Yes.
Nashukuru sana. I'm really glad to be part of this discussion today.
Asante sana.
Thank you for your invitation.
Yeah.
Nilisema lazima nifike.
Thank you so much.
Asante
You
sana.
did well.
Asante.
Asante sana. Karibu.
Thank you so much.
Karibu
sir.
to the show.
And congratulations for the good work that I'm seeing.
Asante sana.
One of your biggest followers online.
Oh, wow.
Pongezi sana.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Tell us who Saoyo is.
Basically, my name is Moses Saoyo Kusero. I come from, of course, this great county of Kajiado, Kajiado West constituency, Kekonyoke ward, from a village called Olorian. Grew up there, gone to school. I went to Olorian Primary School. I went to Ololaisa High School. At some point, I joined Nakel Boys High School. I later went to the University of Nairobi, studied Bachelor of Commerce and majored in finance. Graduated in the year 2013. Served in different capacities. I've worked in an NGO called Nosim Women Organization in the year 2014 to around 2015. Also served as a manager of Masai Women Dairy Cooperative based in Kajiado Central for a period of 1.5 years up to late 2016. And from there, that is when I decided to get into active politics, vied for Kekonyoke ward member of county assembly seat.
For the first time?
For the first time in 2017. Of course, under the Jubilee party banner then, which was led by the former President Uhuru Kenyatta. Won at the party primaries and went ahead to win in the general election, and that is when I served as a member of county assembly for Kekonyoke ward for that term.
Who did you face in the nominations?
I faced two formidable opponents. The current member of county assembly representing that ward, Amos Solitei and Stephen Ting at that time. They were formidable opponents then. So they are the ones who I faced in the party primaries. Yes, so I represented Kekonyoke ward for between 2017 and 2022. Okay. And currently I'm eyeing for Kajiado West parliamentary seat.
Okay, so how was it being MCA in that time?
The position of county assembly gave me a lot of exposure. Of course, you see, you being an MCA, you have 4 critical functions that you need to perform, and it gave me a lot of experience in them. Of course, that is representation. I knew how to represent my people better in the county government. Oversight of projects. I did a lot of oversight of projects that we implemented during my tenure. And of course, legislation. I remember several legislations and bills that we passed during our tenure. And of course, doing projects on the ground. Because you as a member of county assembly, it's your role to ensure that there is equity and fairness in resource, in developmental projects on the ground. It gave me a lot of exposure and a lot of experience, and I really enjoyed serving as a member of County Assembly for that ward.
Comparing the time between when you were MCA and now,
Yes.
We have, of course, the MCAs who are in office right now.
Correct.
What's your feeling about the County Assembly right now?
Okay, I have not been very observant on the happenings on the county since I left.
On the ground?
But on the ground there is little, I can say little, that is being undertaken currently by the leadership that we are having currently. Of course, if you try to compare what we managed to do in the last tenure and currently, even the people on the ground will feel that there's a lot of difference. You see, last term was the first term for the current governor, and therefore he got into power as a new governor, and of course he had to run up and down to match what the other previous regime had done, led by the former governor Ngidenye. And therefore I can say that maybe that was part of the motivation that helped the last assembly, the previous assembly, perform better than the current one.
Comparing between Governor Ngidenye, and that is of course the time that you were MCA, and Governor Lenku, what can you say about the two people?
Okay, I want to say that both have tried in different measure, because when Ngidenye was governor, that was the first time devolution came into place. That is between 2013 and 2017. And the resources that were there for the county governments, not only in Kajiado but across the country, was minimal, was very little. I remember during Ngidenye's tenure, the budget, the county budget was around 4.3 billion. Currently, Kajiado county budget is at 10 billion. So there is a huge difference. I want to say that Ngidenye left systems in place. Of course, getting a county to its feet and to track, he really tried during his tenure.
Were the systems destroyed by the subsequent government?
Okay, the systems are still in place, because you see, once you get the county into track, all your predecessors will also try to follow suit. I cannot say that the current governor has not tried, because having served with him in the last government, we have tangible projects that we managed to do together in the last tenure. But he also has weaknesses. Of course, he has his own weaknesses in government, in terms of project implementation, in terms of payments to contractors. Most contractors are shy of doing projects in Kajiado County. That is because purely of lack of payment in time. Others have invested their money in Kajiado County and have never been paid since 2018, and so he has also his challenges.
Are those challenges or the weaknesses that you're talking about, are they personal or systemic?
Those challenges, I can say personal, and I can also say systemic, because number one, if you have your officers who are not delivering their mandates in the different departments, of course that gets to personal, because if you see, if you have staff running in the county who are not performing well, it's your obligation. Of course, the buck stops at you as the governor. It's your obligation to ensure that if you get complaints of contractors who are not getting paid, if you get a budget in your government and you see so many projects that have been allocated and they are not implemented on the ground, of course the officers, you're the one who has squarely appointed them. So if you see projects that are not being done, it's your work as the governor to ensure that those officers are relieved their duties. Two, Kajiado County has had a lot of pending bills, in fact amounting to billions of money. And I don't know if it's the system that is, because you see also the finance department, you see they get the money from treasury. At times also the treasury releases money when they are almost about to close the year, and they know if we give Kajiado or any other county 1 billion shillings or 2 billion shillings, they will not manage to pay in time. So there is the system challenge, but also there is also failure from the workforce that we have in Kajiado County. Yes.
You worked in the office of the former deputy president.
Yes.
Rigathi Gachagua.
Correct.
What was the opposition? What was your position?
When I lost my seat as a member of County Assembly for Kekonyoke Ward, I was appointed as a director in, you see, in the president office, and okay, let me say the presidency. All these people have advisory units. These offices are being run by advisory departments. And the office of the former deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua, had several advisory units, one of them being Youth Affairs Advisory Department, led by an advisor, followed by a director. It was that department was led by a former MP for Embakasi West, called George Theuri. He was the advisor on youth affairs. I served under him as the director in that department. Basically, what that job does, you only give advisory to the deputy president and to that office. It's up to them to implement. You see, you don't have the power to implement because there is a whole ministry of youths, whole led by a cabinet secretary and a PS. But ours was purely you give advice to the deputy president. Of course, now to scale the advice to the relevant ministry. After that, I also worked as manager for his office at UDA headquarters. So I served as his manager. You see, the party leader, who is the president, has his office, but is being run by a manager in the UDA headquarters. So the deputy president transferred my services to the United Democratic Alliance deputy party leader's office, which is his office, and I served for a period of 8 months. When he was, of course, impeached from being a deputy president, he ceased from being a deputy party leader. And of course, now that I was his appointee to that office, we also relieved our duties. And from there, that is when I decided not to
come
work
back
for
to the
anybody
ground
anymore. I'll come to Kajiado West and seek an elective seat to represent the people of Kajiado West.
So tell me, how do you feel when someone you advises is impeached? Do you feel a sense of failure, or is it that the person maybe doesn't take advice, or is it a problem in how the system works? Because having a deputy president impeached over issues that were maybe persistent, he was being warned about them, and of course, as a team of advisors, you will see and you will feel the ground and everything else around it, and maybe you will want to advise your boss on this and this and this. What was the feeling around the office of the deputy president when he was impeached among the staffs?
Okay, it was not a good feeling, but I can say that we all saw it coming. All the staff who worked under him actually felt that something is coming because number one, when you serve as a deputy to somebody, you're supposed to work under him. And in the 48 laws of power, you must never at any one time outshine your master.
Boss, yeah.
And I think that is the only weakness I saw with my former boss. He tried to outshine his boss. And you see, if the boss feels threatened that you're not taking his directives, you're not working under him, it's like you're creating an environment of competition. Of course, the system will feel unsafe working with you. And number two, many people in government felt that my former boss went overboard in terms of tribalism and all that. Because if you become a national leader, and each and every word that comes from you is this community versus this. You see, we as this community, we will do this and this. Of course, the system will not augur well with you. It was not a good thing, but be that as it may, we accepted, and we saw his mistakes, and that is why we did not follow him to where he went.
Do you think there is something that should be done, especially in the political appointments, the positions that are politically driven? Because I don't think one person being impeached should lead to hundreds losing their jobs. Is there a system problem where all the political appointees of the politicians go home with them?
Okay, you see, in that office, there are staff who are permanent. Ours was a contract. We were being engaged on a contract basis of 3 years. So when your contract of 3 years elapses, it can be renewed. But in those offices, we have permanent staff who actually, like the office that we served, you see, that office was previously in 2013 occupied by the former Prime Minister, the late Raila Odinga.
Yes.
And I actually met staff who were employed then to serve under the office of the Prime Minister. Yes. When William Ruto came in as the deputy, those staff were still there. So in that office, the organogram and the structure of that office has staff who are permanent. But it also gives the new occupant to that office an opportunity to bring on board advisors and directors who can work with him. And therefore, I actually feel that it's still okay because a staff working for maybe the president will not feel safe working with another person. Or maybe the president will wish to have his own foot soldiers or people he has always worked with to serve under him. And when Professor Kindiki came, he also wanted to have people he's conversant with to work in the advisory departments, of course, and to be close to him.
Okay.
And that is why he had to relieve some of the other staff who are close to the former deputy president.
You were MCA Kekonyoke Ward.
Yes.
What was your achievement as an MCA?
I can say that serving as a member of county assembly for that period of 5-year tenure, I left a legacy. And each and every polling center in Kekonyoke Ward, we have 33 polling centers. I can say that each and every polling center benefited with at least a minimum of one project. Key projects that we managed to do in that one term that I served. When I got into power, Kiserian people were selling the hawkers and the market traders, all their things were out of the market because there was no market in the first place. The only structure that was there was constructed by the former governor Gidenye, but it was not enough to accommodate the thousands of traders who were working. So they poured into the streets of Kiserian town. In that one term, we constructed a 63 million market, having an underground floor, ground floor, a first floor, and a second floor. So a total of 4 floors. And before the term ended, we ensured that everybody who was selling his or her stuff outside the market was accommodated in that building
market.
That we
Is
constructed.
it in use right now?
It's currently in use as we speak.
Okay.
Number 2, I managed to start a dispensary worth 30 million in Narumoru, which is currently operational as we speak. We constructed it from scratch, did an outpatient department with a laboratory, with of course, houses for the nurses. We fenced it. We drilled a borehole. We built a maternity ward. I know it might not be operational now, but it was on a good course and a good trajectory to have it be a health center. I bought land in a place called Ngarusa, and that never had a public institution, either primary or secondary. I bought a 5-acre of land worth 15 million, constructed 3 classrooms and abolition blocks for both boys and girls, fenced that school, registered it, employed ECD teachers, and currently it's operational. Okay. It's currently having a population of close to 400 pupils. Students used to go to a nearby school around 7 kilometers, either Iriteti or Oloirian or Oljoronyeri. For those people who are watching from those areas can attest that indeed it's true, and we managed to do that. There's also a school that we constructed in a place called Nabushu in Kisaju, allocated 5 million, did an ECD center, currently operational. It's now up and running. And we did a maternity block in a place called Oltinga, worth 7.2 million, which is currently operational. We did a lot of floodlights in a place called Gategi in Narumoru, a place called GP in Ololtepes, a place called Inmasin, a place called Kisamis, a place called PCA in Kamoranga inside Kiserian, a place called Isonorua. We did a lot of floodlights, constructed motorbike sheds in Kiserian town and its environs, and did so many number of classrooms and so many kilometers of Maram Road across the entire ward. Yes.
What is the state of Kajiado West in terms of development, life, and politics?
Currently, we are underrepresented. Kajiado West is lagging behind in terms of development. Number 1, Kajiado West has a total number of 22 secondary schools, both day and boarding. A whole constituency touching Tanzania, bordering Narok in Suswa, and bordering Nakuru of course in Suswa, bordering Kiambu counties and Nairobi. Kajiado West has a total number of 22 day and boarding secondary schools only, which are underdeveloped. That is one. Two, Kajiado West is suffering from poor infrastructure. It's the only constituency that if you want to get to Mosiro ward, because it has a total number of 5 wards. It has Mosiro, Ewaso, Kekonyoki, which I led, Magadi and Lodokelani. If you want to go to Mosiro ward, instead of you passing through Ewaso to straight through Sairashe to Oldebe and you get into that ward, you have to first go to Nakuru County, go to Narok County, then move from Tulele to access Mosiro ward. While we have a 30-kilometer road linking Ewaso and Mosiro ward from Ewaso town, but it is in a pathetic condition. That is one. Two, we have wards that have never felt, have gotten an inch of tarmac. Lodokilani ward is a very vast ward, touching Tanzania border in Torosei, touching Magadi in Olonyoke there, Kilonito and KMQ from here. If a person wants to go to Magadi now and you're in Kajiado, you'll first have to go to Kusero, then take the Magadi road, which is also in a pathetic situation, for you to be able to access Magadi. While we have a road linking KMQ, mile 46, Singiraine, Kamukuru to Magadi road. It is in a pathetic situation. And I was telling other people sometime that other members of parliament are constructing tarmac roads in their constituencies. Look at when Kato was a member of parliament for Kajiado South. He initiated a tarmac road from Emali to Loitoktok town. When the current member of parliament, Parashina, got into office, he initiated the tarmac road from Lasit, now through Rombo to Taita Taveta. When Peris became the member of parliament for Kajiado East, she initiated the Kajiado Mashuri Isara road under her tenure. When Sakuda was member of parliament for Kajiado West, he initiated the road from Ngong to Suswa. In Kajiado North, you can see like almost all roads are being tarmacked by the current member of parliament. Here in Kajiado town, you can see tarmac roads being done, of course, by the current member of parliament that we are having in Kajiado Central. In Kajiado West, the current member of parliament that we are having is not keen in ensuring that the remote people, the people living in Lodokilani and Magadi wards, have access to roads. He doesn't have that capacity and capability to lobby for tarmac road. And that is why I was telling people in Lodokilani that given an opportunity to serve as a member of parliament for Kajiado West, I will initiate, the same way these other members of parliament in Kajiado have initiated projects, tarmac roads. We will initiate and link Lodokilani ward and Magadi in my first term as member of parliament.
Before we go to what you're going to do, because we'll come there. Everything you're talking about Kajiado West in terms of development is pathetic.
Yes.
Why then? Because Sunguya is not one-term MP. He's doing his second term.
Correct.
Going to his third term.
Correct.
Why do you think that people still elect him, yet you say that he's not doing development?
Okay. I want to say that everybody has his weakness and maybe his positive side. You see, the current member of parliament is very good in getting close contact with the electorates. Of course, lying to them, hugging them. He's ever busy in birthday parties, in these local things on the ground. And it's now that actually people are realizing that, kumbe, we actually need a member of parliament who can serve, who can bring real tangible things.
So you say
he is a member of parliament.
Is a birthday member of parliament.
Sunkuya is a person who only interacts with people and dish out handouts to people, you see. And it's now that the community is realizing that we actually need development. We no longer need handouts.
Talk to me, Muhesh, about one thing.
Yes.
Do we have a problem in how we vote in leaders? Because is it a problem with the Maasais that whenever we go to the ballot to elect people, we elect people both based on their clan, based on things that do not help? Because yes, the same people elect the same people who torture the same people.
Yes.
So it's a recycling of bad leadership from time to time. Do we have a problem with the civic education in our county?
You see, we are having that problem also with the electorate. But it all depends with how you as a candidate, you're selling your agenda to them. If you sell an agenda of clanism, the community will buy. If you sell the agenda of age grouping, age sets, the community will buy. If you sell an agenda of change and agenda of hope and agenda of transformation, people from all walks of life will buy your idea.
What are you selling?
For example, I can tell you, in 2017 when I contested for MCA, I garnered votes from across all the clans in Kekonyoke ward. When Lenku was vying in 2022, he sold an agenda of community first. You see, he was being deputized by Moshisho, a fellow Maasai. And people bought that idea, and that is why he garnered votes from across all clans in Kajiado County. If you sell an agenda of transformation to the electorate, I want to assure you that they will buy your agenda. But if you sell, people will only consume what you're selling. So the problem we are having, it's not even with the electorate, it's about the leaders that we are having. You see, if a leader sees that he has not performed well, of course he will use the clan card and tell his clan, so you see, these people are fighting us because we hail from this clan, this age group and that. So actually that card is being sold by the aspirants that we are having currently. But I'm so certain that in 2027, having the Gen Zs and the young population who are now enlightened much better, people will now start to look at what are you offering? What kind of solutions do you want to give to Kajiado County, Kajiado West, or maybe the wards that each aspirant wants to represent? So it's a challenge, but it also depends with how an aspirant is presenting his case to the community.
Magadi is in Kajiado West.
Correct.
There's the company there.
Correct.
The Tata, the chemicals.
Yes.
There has been cries by the locals that they are not benefiting from having that company in that area. What is your take on Magadi, and is it giving back to the community?
Having moved across Kajiado West for the past 1.5 years that I've been moving around, I can tell you that Magadi, the people living in Magadi, Magadi minus that company, there is no life there. Magadi has played a critical role in the lives of the people living there.
In what sense?
In this sense. Currently, as we speak, Magadi company has employed people around that ward. The water that is being consumed by people from Kora and that is Oldonyonyoki, all the group ranches, it's Magadi company that piped that water from Gruman to the company, and they are distributing it for free to the locals. Magadi company has CSR projects, and of course, which are given to the community to do projects that you're having. The only thing that we...
Do they give money for these projects?
They give.
Do they give the locals money or the local leaders money?
The group, they give to the group ranches.
And does this money help the intended people?
That is now where the problem is. If say they give out 90 million, for example, if you look at what that 90 million has done to the community, you'll not find something substantial. And that is why we are saying, okay, Magadi company, let them do the operations there. Let them pay the taxes that are required by law, of course, to the county government, and remit whatever it's needed to be remitted to the national government. But also, you see, if Magadi company get a leader who can link with them, get part of that money that they are dishing out to the community, link it up with another fund from the national government. Instead of water bozers distributing water, if you go to Magadi, women are lining up
by the roadside.
By the jerrycans, the 20
yes,
liter, the 100 liter jerrycans along the road. There. Those jerrycans are filled by Magadi company and by the GSU camp. The GSU camp have a water boozer that they distribute water to those locals. But that water is they get that water from Magadi, from Magadi company. Magadi company, they are giving out that water to the community for free.
Why can't they do boreholes, for example, that will go, because these women are coming by the roadside to fetch water on the Magadi road.
Yes.
But these women are trekking kilometers to come to the road to get water.
Yes.
Why can't these funds from the Magadi company go and drill boreholes for the people from wherever they are?
You see, the issue of boreholes, at times, in some parts in Magadi, you cannot drill a borehole because you'll not find water. And if you drill a borehole and by luck you get water, that water might be too salty for consumption. And that is why Magadi had to pipe water from Gruman. There are springs in Orkiramati and Group Ranch up there in Etasopia. Springs, fresh water. A good solution for the people who are thirst of water is to pipe this water from Magadi all the way to Kamukuru. And so that instead of using water boozers, you use pipeline. It is possible. But of course the company cannot do that. It is now, and of course the county government cannot, because I know the budget that is given to a ward is 30 million. You cannot pipe water from Magadi to Kamukuru with a budget of 30 million. That one you cannot. And of course with maybe a leader who does not have the goodwill to do that. We can have that Ngurmani water coming to Magadi town be piped to all the way to Kamukuru. And along the road, instead of these jerry cans that you are seeing on the road, put up water towers, big water tanks that will also spread to to the other people who are living in the remote areas of Magadi. That can only be done by a budget from the national government, because it will amount to hundreds of millions, and that can only be lobbied by a member of parliament.
You say that Magadi is doing a good job in Magadi to the people of Magadi. Why do we normally see them on the road, blocking the roads and demonstrating?
Okay. Number one, the reason why women were demonstrating, number one, of course, okay, if you ask the residents of Magadi, I'm not saying that Magadi does not have their weaknesses also, but if you ask the residents of Magadi whether that company should be there or not, all the people of Magadi will say that company is beneficial to them. They might be having their challenges, but it's beneficial. If women demonstrate on issue, maybe water or maybe the CSR that is not getting to them, they first agree that the company is beneficial, but distribution of this money is what
Is the problem.
is the problem.
Now, because there has been conversations around Magadi. We saw some time ago, the county was in court with Magadi.
Correct.
And there was, I don't know if it's 7 billion or 10 billion or 9 billion. There were two cases actually. And the county lost both the cases. Why is the county losing cases and yet they claim that Magadi is supposed to give some money or to pay some money that's required to the county? Is it that this money is paid but it's going to the pockets of some individuals, or is it that the Magadi company outsmarts the county in matters legal, in matters law?
Of course, I know that Magadi has deep pockets. They can do anything. Actually, the advice that we gave the county government when I served as a member of county assembly, we told them that if it's possible, engage with Magadi out of court. Of course, there are also rates that Magadi is supposed to pay to the county government of Kajiado, but that can only be achieved on out-of-court settlement. I think the next governor who will get into office next year should try to reduce these court battles and engage with these people on a mutual agreement.
Out-of-court settlement.
Out-of-court settlement.
Which might be casual
because
and
you see,
end up benefiting
Magadi
some
were
individuals.
complaining that the kind of rates, the kind of figures that were being given were, of course, were beyond their reach. You see also those are also profit-making companies, and they will want to see, they will wish to pay something that is reasonable to them. If they see that it's not reasonable, of course they will challenge us in court. And you see, court can go any side. Like, as you've said, the court favored them. So for Kajiado County, I think it's prudent if they try to settle their issues with Magadi company out of court, so that the rates that is due, they find mechanisms of them paying instead of back and forth battles in court.
What inspires you to vie for the MP seat?
What inspires me is, number one, I am presenting myself as a fresh mind, as a fresh candidate to this contest, who understands Kajiado West corner to corner, from Torosei to Pakase to Suswa, each and every. I think I understand Kajiado West better than any other candidate that we have. I now understand Kajiado West with the challenges that they are facing. if I tell you that Magadi Ward has only 4 secondary schools, 4, a whole ward with 4 secondary schools. Mosiro, a whole ward with only 1 secondary school.
You mean one?
One, called Naningoi.
In the whole ward?
In Oldorko. A whole ward with 1 secondary school.
1 secondary school.
Ewaso, only 4 secondary schools in a whole ward. And you see, a ward in Masai land is vast. Getting yourself from Suswa to Oltinga, all the way to Kibiko, a whole ward, vast, densely populated, with only 4 secondary schools, needs change. Lodokilani, the same. It also has 4. 1 is not operational. I am presenting my case to the people of Kajiado West to give me an opportunity. In my first year in office, I'll ensure that we build 8 new secondary schools across Kajiado West constituency. A place like Ewaso Ward, Orgumi is an area with, if anybody, to the people who are living in Ewaso, the Orgumi side and the Suswa side, if you get to Narok East, there are an uncountable number of secondary schools initiated by the current member of parliament from that constituency. Children in Orgumi and Suswa and Kisharu are going to Narok East to access secondary education. People in Sairashi and Erparaku have no secondary school. People in Irkisumeti, a place called Eremit and Goirero and Goyan, have no secondary school at all. It is my pledge that under my first year in office, Orgumi, Sairashi, and Eremit will have new secondary schools under my tenure, under my first term. Shompole in Magadi, Erparaku in Orkeri Group Branch will have new secondary schools under my first year in office. Singiraine and Kilonito in Lodokilani Ward have no secondary schools. Children are going to Kajiado North, others are going to Kambani, others are going to Kajiado Central to access secondary schools. Under my leadership, we are going to initiate 2 new secondary schools in Lodokilani Ward. In Oldepe and Mbarbal in Mosiro Ward, students will no longer go to Narok East to access secondary schools. We will do fully furnished, well-equipped with staff quarters in Oldepe and Mbarbal areas in the Mosiro Ward. To the people of Kekonyoke Ward, Esonorua and Oltinga and Kipeto are critical areas that needs good, fully equipped, well-built institutions. That is my pledge to them. Under my leadership, that will be achieved. Lastly, Kajiado West is lacking representation on the floor of the National Assembly. The current member of parliament has never at one instance spoke on the floor of the National Assembly on any matter concerning Kajiado West.
But he normally votes and says vote yes.
The only time he speaks is when he votes. And and the things he is voting for has no clue on what is on those bills.
But he's been supporting motions by the other MPs.
You see, you cannot support motions and you're not conversant on what is written on it. Of course, we currently need a member of parliament who can articulate the issues of Kajiado West in different ministries. And you lobby. You see, I have worked in the County Assembly of Kajiado. For the hospital that I managed to construct in Arumoru was not constructed by the 30 million fund that an MCA is given annually.
You lobbied for them?
I lobbied through the Department of Health in the county, I served as a chair of health committee on the county assembly. And that is how I managed to lobby for construction of it. For our member of parliament, and I mentioned it some time back, UDA in Narok and Kajiado elected 4 members of parliament for their second term. In Kajiado County, they elected Sunkuya as a UDA candidate who served for his second term, and is actually the only member of parliament
For UDA.
who was elected on his second term. The second member of parliament who was elected on a second term is Ken Aramat. Actually, he's serving his third term. And he was elected on a UDA banner. Ngong Ngeno, the Muruadikid member of parliament, is serving in his, I think, second term, being a member of parliament under the ruling coalition, the ruling party, UDA. And Gabriel Tongoyo. If you're elected for your second term, you're supposed to have the knowledge and the capacity and capability to run a committee in parliament. And you see, parliament is run by committees. Mheshimiwa Tongoyo is the current chair
The security committee.
The security committee. Ngeno, you see these houses, the affordable houses that are done, is the chair of that committee in parliament. Ken Aramat is the vice chair for energy committee in parliament.
And Sunkuya?
Sunkuya is not a chair nor a vice chair of any committee.
But that's not his failure. Maybe the party doesn't want to trust him.
The party has not given him that opportunity to serve as a chair or vice chair because he does not have the capacity to run.
Which capacity, Mwesh? He's an MP for 2 terms.
And that is basically what I'm saying. He cannot run a party. So if UDA, in their wisdom, saw that it's okay for Ken Aramat to lead the energy committee, it's okay for Tongoyo to lead the security committee, it's okay for Ngeno to lead the housing committee, and it's not okay for Sunkuya to run the finance or sports committee. Of course, they've seen that he does not have the capacity. And that is why we are saying...
Come on, Mwesh. Maybe it's just by bad luck, but not by sheer incompetence.
And you see, for Sunkuya, expressing himself is a challenge.
So you believe you are the man?
I believe I have what it takes to represent the great people of Kajiado West in the National Assembly, for them to be able to get projects, for them to feel represented in the national government. And for your information, Kajiado West member of parliament is the only there were 2. And for your information, let me also add to that story of committees. Mheshimiwa Lea Sankaire is the first time member of parliament representing women in Kajiado County. Do you know that she's serving currently as the chair of the women caucus in the entire...
The Kewopa.
In the Kewopa.
But that one is voted by maybe her female colleagues.
And you see, those colleagues of hers...
You're not elected by the party. You're elected by your...
Those colleagues of hers, so that she's capable of leading the entire women caucus. That one aside, of course, she has the capacity and the capability.
So you say Sunkuya doesn't have the capacity?
Sunkuya doesn't. For your information, Sunkuya, currently the president is saying, let's move Kenya from being a third world country to a first world country. The president himself will want to have people not voting robots, not people who can only say yes, I vote for
I
this
hope you
bill.
did not call Sunguya
No,
a
I'm
robot.
not calling him a robot. I'm
Yes.
saying the president himself would wish and want to have a member of parliament, to have a parliament that can debate issues, that can spice up the bills that the different ministries are bringing to the floor of the National Assembly. But if you have members of parliament who are just there to vote yes, who are not adding value to the parliament and to the government,
Hold on, Mwesh.
is a problem.
Hold on, Mwesh. Former Kekonyokie ward, member of county assembly, Honorable Moses Sawayo here, and he's here. And please just know that the views expressed by him are not views by the live pod here, but disclaimer that these are views expressed by him.
Yes, those
And
are
so,
my views.
And so, Mheshimiwa,
Yes, sir.
mnaulizana nini na Sunguya? Because we see you in every rally, mnagombana tu.
Yeah.
You want the mic, he doesn't want to give you the mic. Like, what is up with the two of you?
The problem that we are having currently is that it has come to his realization that he's going home. It's now actually dawning on him that the residents of Kajiado West are eager for change. Number two, we are not having anything personal. Between myself and Sunkuya, we have nothing personal. The only issue that I have with him is the kind of, because I'm also a resident of Kajiado West and I deserve proper leadership. I deserve proper representation. And if I cannot get proper representation from him, of course I'll have to present my candidacy to the electorate.
people.
I know that is not auguring well with him, but it's up to him. If he decides not to contest for that seat, or maybe if we face each other in the nomination and I defeat him, because I will, unless, of course, he moves out of government, I'll not have a problem with him. In fact, I'll tell him, you served during your tenure. If need be, I'll consult you once in a while in areas I see your strength in. Of course, the village parties that he attends, I'll be consulting him. How do you go about these village parties that you used to go? But in terms of development, I'll ask him to give me some space to rebuild Kajiado West.
To rebuild Kajiado West.
Correct.
Your style of politicking.
Yes.
People say that your style of politicking is provocative.
Provocative, yes.
And heckling, disorderly.
Yes.
And maybe the people of Kajiado are not used to such kind of politicking. What do you have to say about that?
I think if you try to look at my politics, I think I am one of the very few aspirants in Kajiado West who have managed to change the narrative and the political landscape. My politics is issue-based. If I go to a village, I first listen to what the community is saying. That, Mheshimiwa, now that you're vying for this seat, know that this village does not have this, does not have this, does not have this. And when I get an opportunity to speak, the issues that are affecting the community that I see in those villages that I visit, I will address those issues, whether the member of parliament is seated or not. And I will tell him, these people you've been able to serve them for a period of 8 years. They are still crying that they do not have water. And when you speak, you're saying water is a devolved function. But again, you're doing water pumps to individual farms. I give the community, or rather those people living in those villages, an assurance that given an opportunity, I will bring water because the current member of parliament has not been able to. I'm telling people I'll construct this road because your member of parliament has not been able to lobby in the national government.
Now, Mheshimiwa,
Yes.
is Lea Sankaire supporting you?
Lea Sankaire is a candidate in, she's actually the current women rep for Kajiado County, and it happens that she hails from the same ward that I come from, that is Kekonyoke ward. So we actually come from the same locality. And
Is she supporting you? Because she's not, she's seemingly not supporting Sunkuya. They are having battles every time with each other.
okay, I know that they are not in good books with Sunkuya. I am supporting her myself.
What about her?
But she has never declared on any public forum
Kunyuma
that I'm
tent,
supporting,
kunyuma nyuma,
that I'm
she's not
supporting
talking
Sawe.
to you?
Of course, I am very eager to ask for her vote because she votes in Kekonyoke ward and votes in Kajiado West. I'm actually looking for her vote very seriously, and I know now that she's also seeing the weaknesses of the current member of parliament. I know she might decide to vote for me.
Are you running on a UDA ticket?
I am running on a UDA ticket. I've actually done even the registration currently. Yesterday, the Secretary General and the Chairperson, and of course the National, the NEC Executive Council requested all the aspirants from MCAs to the presidential level to register as candidates, as aspirants in the forthcoming general election. And I've already registered as an aspirant of UDA to vie for Member of Parliament position, that is Kajiado West. So I'm also eager to see whether the current Member of Parliament will also do the same and register as a candidate in UDA. And I'm ready to square him out in the party primaries.
Do you believe that there is going to be fairness in the nominations?
I vied on a UDA party ticket last election. I have worked with William Ruto for the longest time. We've known each other since 2011 in our days in campus. And I know that that party will have a free, fair, credible, verifiable nomination.
What if you lose in the nomination? Will you support whoever will win the party nomination?
I am willing to, if the nominations will be conducted in a free and fair manner, I have no reason whatsoever not to support any
The
candidate.
party candidate.
The party candidate.
That will win the primaries.
Yes, because I know we are several. I know we are several, so whoever who will win, I'll have no problem at all.
It is alleged that you and Konana and the others, you want to consolidate support so that you vote him out, you vote Sunkuya out during the nominations because you fear facing him in the general election.
Nobody fears Sunkuya, for your information. Actually, Sunkuya won with a margin of 100 votes against, less than 100 votes against Konana in the last election. And he had my support, he had the support of Lea, and actually he even had the support of Kato. And I can see now his supporters are fighting Kato and Lea and myself. If we decide to pull our support, pull off our support, he cannot be able to beat even Konana.
Why don't you then, all the other aspirants, you yourself, Konana, the Simel, I don't know if Sakuda is running, I don't know if there is any other. Why don't you consolidate your support and come out with one candidate who will face Sunkuya in the 2027 elections?
We are very confident that we are going to defeat him in the party nominations. I am very, very confident. And you see, for nominations, I am seeking the support from the party members. And so I know that the nominations are going to be done by the UDA party members, and whoever who will be nominated by those members is the one who is going to face the likes of Konana and the rest from other political parties. And therefore, as I move around, ensuring that all my supporters are registered members of UDA, and I'm doing very serious groundwork in ensuring that I garner the majority of UDA party members in the party primaries. We are trying to reach out to every candidate and telling them that we need to have change in Kajiado West. I'm very glad that majority of the aspirants are fed up with the leadership of Sunkuya, and they are willing to go to any stride to ensure that we bring change. Unfortunately, if Sunkuya
Comes
sneaks
back
his way through dubious means, of course I know it is not possible, it is not practical, but if that happens, for example, then I'm afraid that our party will lose that position.
the MP position?
Yes.
So you think that if Sunkuya will go to the ballots on a UDA
On a
ticket,
dubious means, yes.
on a UDA ticket,
Yes,
he will lose.
unless he garners genuine support. Yes.
But what do you mean by that? Because if he will win the party nomination, that means that he has his ground. Then you have said that you're going to support the party candidate that will win in the nomination. So I don't think there's any way both of you will lose.
Actually,
unless you're going to support the other person.
No. That is not the case. What I'm saying is that currently the feeling on the ground, what majority of the voters
Is
want
Bora Sio Sunkuya.
is change. Yes, people want change. Yes.
And the change is not having Sunkuya.
Change is not having the current member of parliament.
Mheshimiwa,
Yes,
you are a resident of Kajiado West.
Yes.
We have the issue of Kibiko.
Correct.
What is happening in Kibiko?
Kibiko is a very sensitive issue, and it has scaled up to very, very bad, as in, you see, Kibiko is a 2,800 acre piece of land, and it has had very, very many challenges. People have fought in court battle since 2012, when the former Prime Minister gave that title deed to Moses Parantai. People were saying it should be subdivided, others were against. People wanted change in leadership, voted in Moses Monique in 2015.
And then Parantai is the one who has the title deed.
Parantai was the one who had title deed. We also went again and fought in 2023 or thereabout, and we did not manage to do proper election. The process was chaotic. People moved to court. Court ruled this time in this favor, the other time rules in another favor. Appeals are done and they are ruled. Even currently, there are so many court cases that are there concerning that land.
What is the bone of contention? Is it the subdivision of it, or there is any other issue that
Currently, as we speak, the bond of contention is the people who are living in that land, who are residents, feel that they've not been given their rightful share. Others were taking 2 acres, others 3 acres, others 1 acre. And there are people who have gone to court and say that they've been deprived of their land. I am aware that the Cabinet Secretary for Lands and the PS have visited that land. I know that there are people who went to meet the president, who are residents of that land, and the president promised them that justice will be served. And so the bond of contention is people feel that they've not been given their rightful share, and others have been forcibly evicted from their land.
Okay.
So that is the challenge.
And what is your take about all the challenges and all the issues?
My take is very simple.
Which side are you in?
I don't want to take sides currently on that issue.
Because no leader wants to take sides. No leader wants to talk about it.
You see, I can say without an iota of doubt that if I was the member of parliament for Kajiado West, the chaos that we are seeing in Kibiko will not have happened. The forceful subdivision of that land will not have happened if I was the member of parliament for Kajiado West. That chaos, the chaos that we've seen in Kibiko have escalated because of poor leadership. If the member of parliament did not take sides and looked for a better solution of that land subdivision, instead of him allocating only supporters' land and leaving other people out there, I think Kekonyoke people are peaceful people. They only need to be communicated to, and they only need justice when such a huge community thing is going on. Mine, I want to pray that the people who are living there, even if some of us will not get that land, because currently I haven't, if the people who have lived in Kibiko for the last 30 years get land and given equal share, if it's 1 acre, all of them to get 1 acre, because I know the households are less than 1,000. If all of them are given 1 acre each and they are settled in where they are currently settling, and no one is shifted from his or her own land, I'll feel okay.
Okay.
The rest of us, if we do not get, we don't have a problem.
Moses Saoyo Kusero, former Kekonyoke Ward MCA, who wants to be MP Kajiado West, sharing his insights on this show. Mheshimiwa, as we finish,
yes, sir.
face that camera and talk to the people of the constituency of Kajiado West on why you believe that you are the right man.
To the people of Kajiado West, I present a new face in the leadership of Kajiado West. I am seeking your support from all walks of life, each and every community, each and every clan that is in Kajiado West, each and every tribe that resides in Kajiado West. I'm presenting my case that we need proper representation on the floor of the National Assembly. We need representation in the national government. We are seeing development in other parts of the country. Kajiado West, we are lagging behind. If there is any one of you who is residing in Ewaso and you cannot access a government facility, give Saoyo an opportunity to make good roads for you. If you're a parent and you're having kids who are in high school and you see wards, constituencies like Kiharu pay 500 shillings per student per term, and you're here as a parent struggling to pay 7,500 per term for your kid, gives away an opportunity so that Kiharu can be, so that Kajiado West can be changed to Kiharu. If you're a resident of Kajiado West and you feel that you're not represented on the floor of the National Assembly, Sao is seeking for your vote and seeking for your support so that we have proper representation on the floor of the National Assembly and get a person who can lobby for better services to Kajiado West residents. If you hail from Magadi and Lodokilani, give Sao an opportunity. If you want KMQ, Mile 46, Kamukuru Road to be tarmacked, Sao is seeking for your support. If you want Ewaso to be linked to Mosiro via Oldepe and Oldoroko to go all the way to Ndulele in Narok East, Sao is seeking for your support. If you're seeing development in Kajiado North and you are a resident of Kibiko, Kiserian and environs, and the tarmac roads you're seeing are only being done in Kajiado North by an opposition member of parliament, gives away an opportunity in government to bring proper infrastructure to Kajiado West. I have served before. You know my legacy to the people of Kekonyoke that I served in 5-year tenure. Give me an opportunity on a higher scale to transform Kajiado West, God willing, 2027.
And thank you so much. That has been Honorable Moses Saoyo, a former MCA who wants to beat the Honorable George Sunkuya in the 2027 general elections for the parliamentary seat of Kajiado West constituency. Thank you so much, Mheshimiwa, for joining us.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for coming through and giving us what is on your mind.
Thank you.
We are so glad to have you. And thank you to you, our viewers, for everyone who has tuned in to watch this show. We are here committed to bring you quality conversations that will change the lives and the livelihood of our county and every one of us in general. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Asante sana.
Tuko pamoja.
Thank you.
Asante.
Good.